Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I said it many times before, these weasels in the mass media sometimes don't tell us how things are. We have to pick them the information from other articles, sometimes unrelated to the subject that they were talking in the one that they were supposed to give us the information, or we just reading, we got it, we get it, we just figured things out by putting things together, information from here, and they say, this is looks like a picture right here. I can see a picture. All right, so in this case, friends, and to be more clearer, Emmanuel Macron is desperate, and is desperate because I think he feels like that he was sodomized. I think that's you call it in a very nice way, by United States of America, and he doesn't like that a bit. I think he used to like it, but now something changed. He doesn't like it, doesn't have any more, I don't know, whatever. That's very personal. I don't want to go into it. So, Macron, got screwed by United States, put it this way, and he tried to form a little coalition with a weasel called Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany. No good. Scholz is done. He was screwed so many times that he is not responsive anymore. He's done. So then Macron is by himself. Macron is angry right now with the United States with that inflation act. They say that's a very protectionist act that hurts Europe, and it's not a friendly act. And Inflation Protection Act or something like that, right? That these greats implemented, they voted it and they approved it, and all this became law, whatever it is. So now Macron, he's cutting his virtue in half, and he's going to go back there where he spat. So he's going to lick where he spat, and that is Venezuela. Guess what he's doing? Because he's got problems with liquefied natural gas being overcharged by United States. Oil, zero. So he's going to Venezuela and he shakes Maduro's hand, calls him Il Presidente, come to me, I got some ladies of the night, some cognac, I got some Napoleon cognac, you might like that one, maybe some Courvoisier, all those things, you know. You bring the Cuban, not the missiles, but cigars, and we're gonna have a party. I'll leave my wife somewhere else. You can bring your tango or salsa dancers, and we're gonna do a little party. We're gonna organize it. Basically, this is what's going on. These guys met, Maduro and Macron. They met at that farce, which is the climate change bullshit in Egypt. Okay, that's the new move that they're gonna pull on us, and they're gonna charge us a lot of money for that. You'll see it. Like they're going to charge us for breathing pretty soon. They're going to calculate the volume of our lungs based on our height, and they will charge us for how much air we consume. You'll see, and how much CO2 we give up, we release, breathe out. You see, these guys are idiots. These are crazy. Now, this article comes from Al Mayadeen, right? Is that how we pronounce this? Mayadeen. And this is the title: Macron in need of oil for his butt or something, shifts stance over Maduro. Now they meet nicely. The French president shakes hands with his Venezuelan counterpart despite describing him in 2009 as illegitimate, basically a bastard. Right? Bastard means illegitimate. Oh my God. And a major foreign policy reversal. French President Emmanuel Macron shook hands and held a conversation on Monday with his Venezuelan counterpart, Nicolas Maduro, on the sidelines of the COP27 climate summit in Egypt. The two presidents shook hands for 1.5 minutes. They couldn't release the hands and chatted on the sidelines of the summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, despite Macron describing Maduro in 2019 as illegitimate. He doesn't give a fuck anymore, Macron, because he's angry with the Americans. He said, yeah, oh yeah, now you're gonna see this one. But no, he gotta do it. And here is what Mr. Macron said, and I'm quoting. Listen, I would be happy if we could talk to each other for longer to engage in useful bilateral work for the region, end quote. Macron told Maduro, according to a video recording on the encounter. I saw it, I watched it. Yes, they're very friendly. Addressing Maduro as president, he added that, I will call you. What are you wearing? That's what he says here. Addressing Maduro as president, and unquote, he added that, quote unquote, I will call you. I'll call you, babe. Make sure he's asleep. Oh my God, you can't make things up. France, the US, and several European allies did not recognize Maduro's democratic re-elected to a second term in the 2018 elections, and instead recognized his rival Juan Guaido, who was dropped, as acting president despite the latter lost democratically. In 2019, Macron recognized Guaido as acting president. Maybe he likes both ways, Macron. Maybe he likes both presidents. He's gonna call Guaido, hey baby doll, what are you doing? No, I can't, I meet Maduro at that time. See you next Wednesday or whatever. So in 2019, Macron recognized Guaido as acting president, describing Maduro's election as illegitimate and calling for a restoration of democracy in the country. However, in an earlier semi-reversal in mid-June, the French president called for a diversification of supplies, end quote, including oil supplies from Iran and Venezuela. I thought they were the bad dudes. Oh, you need them now and are the good dudes? See how far virtue and, gets these guys' values. When I tell you about Ukraine and all that, it's the same thing as with these guys. Now it works for us, we say it this way. It doesn't work, we're gonna change the tone and the tune. Let's see here. And I'm quoting, we need producing countries to produce an exceptional measure, end quote. The presidency said on the sidelines of the G7 summit in the Bavarian Alps. Excellent, and I'm quoting again, excellent handshake with the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, end quote. Maduro tweeted after the meeting. So excellent handshake with the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. Maduro tweeted after the meeting, and I'm quoting again, the doors of Venezuela are open for the French people. So he spread his legs. I got it. Unbelievable. And I'm quoting again, Macron's big U-turn on Maduro's Venezuela, bent over, not U-turn, on Venezuela's Maduro's Venezuela, commented France's left-wing daily Libération. Commenting on the two presidents' conversation, the leader of French left-wing France Unbowed Party, LFI, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, tweeted that the quote-unquote need for oil makes people polite, end quote. You're a communist. You would have done even more with Maduro. Not shake hands, you would grab his balls on camera. Mélenchon said that Macron, Maduro, Mélenchon, and Macron. What the hell is going on here? We got 3 M's. Anybody else is an M here that I missed? No, anyway. So Mélenchon said that Macron had finally recognized the election of Maduro. Okay, Mélenchon, Macron, Maduro. Dankeschön. Merci beaucoup. The encounter came as Macron prepares this week to host Colombia's first left-wing president, Gustavo Petro. Left wing. Why not far left wing? Who has renewed diplomatic relations with its neighbor Venezuela and wants to normalize ties after a 3-year rupture. Venezuela is also sending a senior official to attend the Paris Peace Forum, a major annual conference backed by Macron that starts on Friday. During the discussion between the two presidents, Maduro said that, quote-unquote, France should play a positive role in Latin America. The conversation also saw Maduro declare that, and unquote, we have very good friends in common, and asked Macron, when do you visit us? You can make things up. This is like a love story right here. So we have very good friends in common. That means what? The same customers, if you know what I mean. And when do you visit us? Ooh, it's gonna be a party. I told you, party. No, no games here, man. When I told you that those guys over there in charge of us are no more than thugs in the street, or like us, let's put it nicer, that's what they are. They're not better than us, they are faker than us, they are sneakier than us, they are quickly to stab you in the back than us. That's true. They're not smarter. Sneaky doesn't mean smart. And besides, these guys, this is their job. So they're experts at it. Let's say you go and buy a car. You go and buy a car, you have a salesperson. The salesperson works for himself because he gets money, right, from the commission. The commission, he gets money. So the higher the price he sells you the car for, the more money he makes. So he's not your friend, okay? He's actually your enemy. And you are his little prey. Now, he's not smarter than you. Maybe he is, but let's put it this way. He's not. He just does that job. For too many times he met people like you. You could figure out his little sneakiness, you know, to sell it to you, his things. If you do a little research and you just think about the questions or the offers he makes you. Because he wants fast, fast, fast. Why? Because you didn't do this job for as long as he did it. So obviously he's trained. It's like when you play chess. Experts, have you seen how the first, I don't know, 30 moves are? Pick, pack, pack, pick, pop, 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 and then pack, chip, pop, 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 pop. That why? Because all those things that they start, they're kind of the same. They've been through that so many times. Those options that they encounter, they've seen it before. They don't have to what is this? The first move, I do this, pièce touché, pièce jouée, don't touch the piece, you know what I mean? The same with this, with Macron and these guys, and the salesman. The salesman is gonna talk fast, he knows what questions he asks, you don't know those things, the first time at the job, so you have to say, wait a second, I'm not an idiot, what this guy is saying. Think about it, Google a few things before you go over there, and he's not gonna fool you too much. Because he's gonna get you, because he's got some information you don't. You don't know how much he bought or his dealership got the car for from the manufacturer. So you don't know that. You don't know those things. So you don't know how much leverage he's got when you think, he wanted to sell it for me for $80,000 and I got it for 70. Yeah, man, I screwed. And actually he's got a car for $50,000. So who was screwed? You, but you were screwed less. Instead of being screwed 30 minutes, you were screwed, I don't know, 20 minutes, but you still were screwed. So same with Macron. These guys are the same kind of screwers at the job. They did this so many times that they're pack, 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 pack. We're like, oh my God, look how smart these guys are. No, they just did it often. Like this thing with Maduro. Do you think that Macron blushed a little bit when he did that? No, he did that many, many times. That's his job. It's in his job description. Be an asshole, lie. What do you want? And pretend you're the most honest person in the room. So yeah, I'm glad they're friends again. They're gonna meet, as I said at the beginning of this video, for some champagne and some all that, you know. But they do it from different locations, not from the table. And drink champagne from different locations, if you know what I mean. Body cavities. Oh, I gross you up? I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.